This is the official Tej list of the greatest Taylormade golf clubs of all time in every single category. Let's go. For driver, there are simply two choices, and if you think otherwise, you just don't know ball like that. The 2016 M2 first segue into multi-material construction, carbon crown, low CG, very forgiving, high launch, low spin nukes, and what is my baby? The original Sim. This was like a shallow face, low spin, fade monster, and if two of mine didn't crack, there's probably still a chance I would be playing it to this day. Unlike the drivers, you could probably pick any Taylormade fairway wood from like the last decade, and I will not hate, but this is still my goat, the original rocket balls. First time we had a speed pocket and a Taylormade fairway wood, and I've said this before, I bought one of these, hit it as far as my driver, and literally had to return it to the golf store because it went too far. The QI10 to me is like the modern day rocket balls. This thing is in the bag of so many people. It's kind of turned into like a cult followed fairway, and I think it's still going to be relevant in like 5 to 7 years. Hybrid wise, I am going with the Rescue 11. To me, this was like a true long iron replacement. It was not that high launching. Ball speeds were just not nearly as hot as the stuff we see nowadays, so I felt like I could hit at very predictable carry distances. I never thought it was left biased in any way, and also, I love the white crown. It is so nostalgic, and I truly hope we get it back one day. For driving iron, the original P790 UDI was a rocket ship and a half. I have never seen 1.5 smash factors out of any iron aside from this. And at address, looks amazing. Nowadays, we get so many chunky ass driving irons. This thing, anything but. Irons wise, I am going with what I think is the most underrated cavity back on the market right now, the P7 CBs. Hard to see here, but the sole has a little bit of camber in it, and to me, it adds such a nice smoothness to the ground and also some forgiveness. But this right here is what makes it truly amazing. They actually hollow out the heel section and fill it with this metal matrix composite, which is like a low density material to save weight, and then they put a tungsten plug in the toe. So for a CB of this size, it is easily one of the most forgiving I've ever tested. If anyone from Taylormade is watching this, we do not need a P7 CB update. All we need is a B stamp version, a no offset P7 CB, and if you give it to us, even I will be loyal, okay? I swear. For wedges, so obvious, it's not even close, the TPX FTs. If you know, you know, this is the greatest wedge shape in Taylormade history, and it was so far ahead of its time having interchangeable faces. You didn't have to buy a new wedge every single time, you could literally just swap the face. Someone will bring this back and save us all from having to buy $200 lob wedges every 6 months or a year, and God bless the person who does. Finally, putter-wise, we are going with the Spider Tour Red and Tour Black. For me personally, the Tour Black. These came out as a result of just pure domination from Jason Day and Dustin Johnson in 2015 and 2016, and I don't think there has ever been more hype around a putter release than with these. Each of these came out in their own limited release before Taylormade eventually scaled it up to full retail because demand was so high, and finally when they came, the frenzy to get them was just absurd. They literally couldn't keep them in stock. I resold a couple on eBay for crazy prices. That mid-2010s era of equipment was incredible, maybe my favorite ever.